Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to Healing Room Tarot, where yours truly is going to give you messages from Spirit regarding healing and what needs to be healed. Um, let's see, there we go. So I want you all to look at the table, look at the cards, and you're going to pick a card, whatever card speaks to you. Now, I have not looked at any of the cards. There's actually six currently on the table, but I want you to take a few minutes to, to see which card is speaking out to you. I want you to take a few minutes to get those cards in your mind, in your spirit, whichever one is calling out to you. Because that is the thing that Spirit wants you to pay attention to the most. Um, each pile is something different. I am going to tell you that. If you're being led to choose all three, then watch all three. Um, if you feel like there's two that you need to listen to, pick those two, um, because that can occur. And I am doing this for you, giving you fresh mind, fresh energy, so that you can choose the card that speaks out to you. And I'm going to excuse myself for just a few minutes. And I want you to select those cards. Okay. I hope you all have picked the card that is speaking out to you the most, because we are getting ready to dive in. We're getting ready to dive in, and I can't wait. Um, for those of you, if this is your first time joining me, I do the readings blindly because I don't ever want to come in really knowing what I'm going to talk about. Like, Spirit may give me a topic, and I'll know the topic. But as far as going ahead and pre shuffling, I really don't do that. I'm not going to say that I've never, but I do know that I like to go into it blindly. And whenever I do personal readings, let's see, I never ask questions. I'll ask, again, generally speaking, what is the topic? Um, and person to touch the screen or touch the deck and whatever spirit is in asking me to give them. So I do want to shared that. But with no further ado, we are going to start. So this is the first card. It's upside down. These cards are oracle cards, so this means you really need to pay attention. And this one, again, this came upside down, and it says Spirit Act. This is the Spirit card. This is the action card. And this is the love section. So for some of you, you need to go ahead and take action into your love life. There's some sort of action that you're either not taking or you're taking. Um, Really, what I'm getting, um, I'm paying more attention to the black smoke here. And what I'm getting out of that is that some of you are not clearing out some old energies, which is why you are not attracting new love. You're still holding on to that person, to past people, and you haven't quite let that energy out. And it's like spirit is saying, I'm not going to put somebody new in your life with somebody old still attached. That's the that I'm getting right now out of the dark mirror tarot. It says again, these are blindly, these are read blindly. I kid you not. The temple, I'm trying to make sure I can actually show it to you. I'll cover up just in case. But it's number 2, the temple of my body. The temple of my body. Again, this energy that I'm getting from spirit is that you're holding on to people, and it's literally, it's like it's running away the other people. It's like the reverse of sage, you know. I am going to read that card for you. What it says is, um, I feel I am not worth enough. A succubus like creature with claws resembling nails hold a very thin silver chain, and the pendant on it appears like a crimson tear of blood. The sentence, my body is the temple of my soul. It has no secrets to me. The going dark. This card is about the darkness in the body. Culture can make us take distance from what is our corporality. So many religions and customs, for instance, demonize sex in many different ways, lacing it with guilt as an assassin could lace food with poison. On the other side, we are collaborators in cheapening our body, hiding it, being shamed by it, selling it, giving it away for nothing. It happens when we accept an abusive relationship, when we refuse to respect the body of another, or more simply, when we do things like being too lazy to eat healthily. Our body is a temple. It can, again, spirit is telling you, you are holding, maybe you even have some scars. That card read about abusive relationships. So maybe there are some scars that that you remember and that you have, like physical scars. So one thing about those physical scars is that you can get it covered with a tattoo. You can beautify the scars and turn it into something different, and that changes the course of the energy of that thing, of that scar. And then, of course, maybe you're the person that caused havoc in the relationship. You have to let that energy go too. If you were the abusive person in that relationship and you're no longer in that space, you have to forgive yourself, because what you're doing is you're holding on to that previous energy of yourself in relationships, in the arena of relationships, and you're holding yourself hostage from going forward with love. And spirit is saying you have to clear out this energy, my child, because how can you try to get someone new if you don't clear out the energy? And I will say that whenever I picked up this deck, which is my actual tarot deck that I'm going to be pulling from tonight, it said the first card that fell to the floor was the Two of Cups. So it dually let me know that in order to fix a relationship that you currently have, or in order to draw in a new person, you have to really think about partnership. If you're not your best self in this time period, how could you pull somebody else on a sinking ship? If you're already in the middle of the ocean sinking, why would you invite somebody else to come sink with you? The purpose of a relationship is to build each other up and to support each other, not to drag the person down. That is the previous energy, and you can no longer operate in that energy. That is what Spirit is saying to you right now. So now let's go for the tarot. Spirit, what would you like to show the collective in this time period? What is that? Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Your dreams, your wish. You're going to get that. It's that give and take. It's that blessings, everything that you wanted. I need to turn this deck around. I got it upside down. Followed by the Knight of Swords. It's like what I'm getting out of this is that you are literally running away from your happiness by allowing this energy to block. You're allowing this energy to block this Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So the Emperor card, I had to pause because I'm doing it right. The Emperor card is coming out in reverse. And what I'm getting is you're overthinking things, right? You're overthinking things. You're trying to physically strategize a spiritual coincidence. The physical can never defeat the spiritual. You have to fight spirit with spirit. That's like, it's literally like a person trying to fight a ghost. The ghost is gonna laugh every single time. You can't catch me. Now, if you was in the spiritual world, now that's a different story, but you can't catch me in your physical body, your physical presence. It's that type of energy. It's like you trying to strategize, but it's like all your strategies are not working. Maybe you're trying to get somebody back and you're thinking too much, and spirit's like, no, let it go. Let it go. Because if you read it from this to this, you're blocking, this energy is blocking you from getting your Nine of Pentacles. If you read it from here to here, it is, you're not running towards your destiny. You're trying to control the outcome. You're overthinking things. And because you're not running towards your destiny, you're still in this spirit, this energy, excuse me. Yep. Also, the Four of Pentacles. This lets me know that you don't feel protected as much as you say you are. You're not feeling comfortable about what's in the bag. Not too long ago, we kept using the term, what's in the bag. I'm getting my bag, right? But right now, it's like you're uncomfortable about what you're seeing in your bag or what you're not seeing in your bag. And that is causing all kinds of hectic things. So maybe your previous relationship dealt with a lot of money. Maybe you gave this person too much money, or maybe this person was stingy with their money. And so you have this, I don't want to get into a relationship where we have to put our funds together, where we have to, when money is involved, right? I don't want to have to go through that again with my new person, but you don't have to. A lot of the things that a lot of people don't do in relationships is talk about things. They assume things, but they don't never talk about it. But whenever you start talking about different topics, you should talk about previous relationships only for the fact of understanding what this person has gone through, and let that person know what you have gone through. so that they know or can recognize, or you can recognize in each other when you're having a moment, when you're being triggered. That is the sole purpose of those type of conversations. Then, of course, you should have healthy conversations about your health, what's going on with your bodies. Don't just spring on something for somebody to deal with after they have fallen deeply for you. And then also, you want to talk about your finances. Where are you financially? And not to say, and not to talk about like what's in your pocket, but are you stable? Is there, you may have resources for the other person and vice versa. Be upfront about that. I may not have it all the time. I go through things. Life be life, and sometimes, and my bills get way over my head sometimes, and I can't cover things that I want to. Have that real conversation to let that person know, like, this is where I'm at. And if you want to deal with it, fine. If you don't want to deal with it, that's fine too. Bottom of the deck, judgment. Judgment. But what I'm getting out of this is you have to make the judgment where you feel the most free. So stop holding yourself hostage. Go with the flow of healing, that is, and letting go. Because again, spirit was making me pay attention to the smoke. It's like you got to let it go. You got to let that energy out. And it's not. And again, that card says act, but I promise you, every time I keep seeing this card, I see act one. So it's like, for some of you, all three cards, I'm hearing one. Once you finish act one, then you get to act two, and then you get to act three. I'm getting ready to shuffle the cards again. I'll put the cards back in the deck, and Seven of Pentacles is out. That is how you start over. That is how you get your new relationship, is you have to first plant new seeds, not the old ones. Get rid of the old ones. Plant the new seeds. All right, we're about to go into deck number 2. Let's see. Deck number 2. What is deck number 2 about, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Family. This card is in reverse, which means this you really have to pay attention. And it says food meditation. So there is something about getting nourishments from your family. Some of you have to heal that. It's you know how in soul food, how they talk about, everybody coming to the dinner table. When everybody came to the dinner table, there was unity. What I'm getting out of this is that you all have to get back to that. You all have to get into each other's presence of celebrating, of coming to somebody's house. Pick a place. Spirit is saying, I don't care whose house you pick a place, because now you're at that moment in your life where you're all getting older and you're starting to separate yourselves, and you need to close in the gap. You need to heal that. So we're going to get into the Dark Mirror Tarot, which reads, it says, perchance to dream. And I can show this one. This one, it's not showing too much nakedness or anything. Perchance to dream. And we're going to read that. And that's number 28. For those who are into numerology and want to know what the numbers are. Perchance to dream reads, if I sleep long enough, when I wake up, the pain will have been gone. Visual see, a crowned naked man is reclining, his eyes closed and his body dissolving in the wind. Another man holds him gently. Behind them, a circle of brass risen by thin silvery threads. Sentence, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream, or going dark. It's the time to surrender, to drown, to dive in head first in the cozy, all enveloping darkness of the blanket. It is a moment of weakness, a desire to close your eyes and surrender just for one moment, 1 second, 1 minute. Not like a hero fighting the world, but like a kid just welcoming the darkness outside within fully. How long would that moment last? A minute? We can say just a minute, but it's not true. Disappearing is but an instant, just the time to take a breath twice, and yet it can take ages. Ages we will regret, ages that we will have lost, like stolen by our own surrendering. And yet we close our eyes. We let one sense after the other slow down to nothing. Sight first, then hearing and smell. Last will be touch. The comforting hand we all deserve to hold us up when we have done enough, and we just cannot but let it go. And so, what I was even before I was reading that, what I'm getting is that there's some, although the family has been separated, you know there's some separations in this family unit where it's just everybody's doing their own thing. But there are some families that are literally going through like a breakup. Like some things happen in the past. People are not forgiving each other. People are not speaking to each other. And so they're just like, I can live without them. No, your family for a reason, your blood for a reason. You can't just ignore it. I know family can get under your skin, can get on your last nerve, right? You can truly have genuine disdain for family members, but Spirit is saying that is not why I created you. That is not how I created you all to be. So even if you highly dislike how someone acts, and I'm not asking you to put down your boundaries. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that for the sake of the whole bond of the family, come together. Even if you have to stay on separate sides of the room, come together. Because what you do is you create memories, and you're also breaking that curse of, I'm just going to say it like this: you don't want your kids to not know their cousins, and they end up dating somebody to later find out that they're cousins, all because of the family not getting together. Now, I have two sides of on both sides of my family. Both occurrences have happened because family members did not know each other. These things happen in real life. So get it together with your family, commune with the family. It's time. The card says I can. So whoever just said I can't do that, I can't. Yes, you can. The card says you can. Literally says I can. Literally says I can. So you have to do these things not only for you, but for the sake of the generation, for the sake of the family blessings that come with it, right? I don't know why I'm going this way, but I'm really getting so like in the Bible, it talks about the blessings of the Father that passes down to the children. It talks a lot about that in the Old Testament of the Bible, and what I'm getting is that there are some blessings, familial blessings that happen spiritually that cannot happen if the person does not know that they are entitled to a blessing. And it's like don't get rid of your birthright because of someone else. That's what I'm hearing. Don't get rid of your birthright because of someone else. That's how people get left out of the will. It's not all the time just because of dispute, it's because you're not present. And when you're not present, people don't know, okay, well, I don't know how to move forward with this person. They never come around, they never talk, they never communicate with the family. They separate themselves from the family. And you know what you can and can't take within a family. You can just say, oh, well, I just stopped by for a few minutes and keep it moving. And literally, if it's only 5 minutes, the more and more that you show up, you're showing up for your ancestors. You showing your ancestors that I can and I will show up for my family, even if we're having a dispute, even if I dislike the things that they're doing, because we have a blood covenant. that was set before I was even born. Okay, let me. Four of Wands, celebrations, family celebrations. Four of Wands, see? Spirit wants you to celebrate with your family. How many times do you only see family members at funerals? And I'm hearing baby showers. And even at baby showers, you may come. And it's like, okay, when there's a birthing, when there's new life and when life is leaving, should be more than when y'all see each other. And I hope some of my family members are watching this too, because we've been trying to pull some things together too. But it's a lot of people that's doing this. Eight of Cups, yeah. You gotta walk away from those old things, those old habits. Walk into something new. There's a new horizon coming with your family. Sometimes you may be the reason it starts. This new tradition starts with your family. I'm hearing Spirit say one more. So there's one more card that's coming out. Seven of Wands. Don't be so guarded. Don't be so guarded that you do not open up your heart towards your family. And again, for those of you, if this is Act 2, once you get yourself together, you'll be in a space where you're not so guarded. Because I feel like some of your relationships, your previous relationships, had you on guard so much that you even guarded yourself from your family members because you didn't want to deal with people. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles, family. You're going to find your Ten of Pentacles with family. Their overall happiness, that joy. Maybe you're going to even connect with a cousin and, they have the familial business. They trying to get something jumping off the ground, and then y'all start talking and you realize that you have the skill set that they need and they're looking for. And here you are, you may be looking for a job, and here your cousin can hire you to be, the executive director or the CEO of the company that they're trying to build. There's nothing wrong with doing business with your family. In fact, all chain businesses, if you really look at it, if you really look at the history of these multi-billion-dollar companies that we have, they're family owned, they're family based. They started out with their families and then they branched off. Some of the family members said, I no longer want to be interested, but they're shareholders because they're family. So don't dismiss that familial bond so much that you miss out on your blessing. All right, now let's get into deck number 3. It's all about, you ask. Career. And this says Santa Muerte offering. And this came upside down, so that means you really need to pay attention to your career for some of you. And this is the only card that came out of those cards. What I'm hearing is fresh career, new career start. And for some of you, I'm also getting that you need to make an offering of sorts. If you go to church, it means you got to pay your tithes. That's what I'm hearing. This is what it's meaning. You have to tithe something. There's somebody is there's always an exchange for something. That's where the concept of money came from. Money didn't just come about and people say, oh, I got money. No. Money is a contract. It's a piece of paper that says, I'm going to pay you this amount of money for services. Even when you go to the grocery stores, I'm going to pay you $3.75 for, I don't know, these bag of chips because I want chips and you're providing me the service of chips, right? Um, and so what I'm getting is you want a fresh start, but you're not giving. What are you going to give? And for some, for the fresh start is you have to give up. You have to give up the current job in order to receive the new job. How can I give you a new job when you're holding on to the old job? I'm getting this. I just most recently had to go through something similar myself. So I understand it is scary. It is nerve wracking. It is, I can't give up no job without first having another job. Actually, you can. Because, and when you let spirit guide you and direct you, spirit will lead you and guide you and direct you to the right career. Spirit is there for you on your behalf. Now, if you do not have the unction to give up your job, but you just feel like you need to leave, then that's another story. Then, my friend, I'm not going to guide you wrong. That means that you need to pay some sort of tie to the spiritual world to let them know that we'll ask them for the aren't giving up your time. Maybe you're not meditating. Maybe you're not enough. Maybe there's some books that you've been meaning to read, and spirit place those books in your path for a reason. And they're monetary books, mind you. They're books to lead you to wealth. And you're like, okay, well, I got these books. I haven't opened them yet. Why not? Take your 15-minute breaks. Take your hour breaks, your lunches, whatever. And instead of scrolling through social media, instead of watching those films, instead of talking on the phone with your good Judy, take that time to read that book. That could be the start of you getting more and more and more information as to what spirit would like for you to have. I'm being led to like really pull this tarot deck before I go to the dark mirror. So I'm going to do that very quickly and see what comes out. Spirit, what do you have for the collective concerning their careers and what they need to heal? See, I already have 3 cards already pulling out. I'm hearing the top 5. So maybe there's some of you where maybe it's in sales or marketing. You have a goal of being in the top 5 because you'll get like an extra bonus for the month. You know, if you're aiming for that top 5, then go for it. Spirit is definitely will have your back, but you also have to have faith and believe that you're going to get that top 5. And you also have to do some other things. You have to, if there's something that you've been lacking in, go to LinkedIn. Has a few classes, or find a free online class, or go to YouTube. Maybe there's some instructions on that thing that you're lacking in better. Gain that skill set, even if it's not accredited, even if it's not certified, and you have a certificate, you'll have the understanding of how to do that job, right? Okay, let me read these. The Empress, the Hanged Man, Queen of Wands. See? You have a new career that's on the way, but first you got to get this new perspective so that you'll be able to manage the blessings, your wins. Okay, this is Women's Month. I see. It's a lot of sisters out here that you about to blow up. Oh wow. There's definitely a message here. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry about the lights, people. I don't, this is definitely a message for somebody. Like, Lights going out. A whole deck of cards fell, people. A whole deck of cards fell out. Um, I was seeing the Nine of Cups as I was shuffling. I was shuffling with my eyes closed. We have the Two of Swords here, the Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Sun card, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So some of you, it's a bunch of confusion. It's what I'm getting is that there's a lot of things happening right now with your career. Um, let's see what's okay, Spirit. Let's clarify this thing. Judgment. It's your time. Freedom. So maybe some of your jobs is restricted. And it's time. Yep. As soon as I said judgment, the Ten of Wands came out next. The Ten of Wands. So again, you have something that's being birthed right now. But Spirit is saying you need to get a new perspective. You need to get new enlightenment in how to move. And sometimes that means literally letting go. You see how the hangman is she's free in this card. She's letting go of the normal, because the only way you can get this new perspective is by letting go, so that you can master what is coming towards you. It's like Spirit is like, Spirit is funny. Spirit is saying you let go and I'm gonna give it to you. You see her open palm and that light is going right to her hand. I'm gonna give you something new to do. It's already pre-planned that once you free yourself, you're really gonna be free and you're not gonna struggle anymore. You're not gonna struggle anymore. Let me see what's on the bottom of this deck, people. Six of Swords. You're moving in a new direction. Some of you, I'm literally hearing it's a career move. You're on a certain path now, but I would say maybe even a year from now, for some of you, you're not even going to be in the same career field. Don't get too comfortable. Spirit will always keep you on your toes. The Dark Mirror card, Naked Before the Stars, number 18. I can show that because she is clothed. Naked Before the Stars. Okay, let's get to that cord. It says, accepting our own beauty in size, color, age, and fat. Visual seed, a beautiful curvy woman wears lacy lingerie. One is a black corset and she kneels in her full sensuality uh, under the lights of a million artificial stars. Sentence, there is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens. Going dark. What do we see when we look in a mirror? Do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care or something we are? The stars of a media firmament leaking into our real life? I wonder what feelings fat, rounded, aroused within us. If a smile or recognition. The quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, still when we shine, still when we shine, our world becomes brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn not to blush and stand proudly. So, what I'm getting is that in this new career, for some of you, you feel like you can't do the career because you don't have the education level. You feel like you don't have enough. You feel like there's a lot that you have to do. And Spirit is like, nope. I'm setting you up. What's for you is for you. You may not look like the typical person that will have this job opportunity. You may not be the typical person. You, like I said, like for some of you, this is going to be a new career for you. So that means the expertise level that you have with your current job, you're not going to have with this new job. You're going to be able to do this job simply because it's already for you to move on. And it's like, whether or not you're prepared or not, go for it. And for some of you, this card came out because for some of you, this is a job where appearance is everything. And you feel like you can't do it because you don't look a certain way. Spirit is saying, scratch the aesthetics that man placed on everything. If I have placed this in your heart to do, do it. If I place this in your mind or something to do it, because you're gonna be the one to break the mold. You know how people like to say, "Oh, God broke the mold when He made me." This is literally the type of situation that was searing. I'm gonna say it like that because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it that you're gonna break molds. You're gonna blow minds. Look how many things that are happening in our society right now. Like there's a whole talk. People are being afraid and they want to change narratives simply because they don't know why people are breaking into categories and things that they normally held rank to. And it's because there's a spiritual shift. And I said this with my friend Ashley in Tarot Tuesday. So come join us tomorrow night at 11 p.m. The shameless plug. But I said, I feel like this is the year of the underdog. If you felt like you were the underdog at your job, baby, don't be surprised if you get moved to a new department and you shine, you're the brightest star. What did it say? She was in a light of, what was it, false stars, fake stars? I believe is what the card used. You're the real star. You are the real star. There's a bunch of fakes around you. You're the real star. When you leave, there is no show. When you arrive, there is a show. Spirit can't do it, or he, she, they, them, all, everyone, total cannot do what they want to do on this earth without you. You are a main component. But you have to recognize your strengths, your value. You have to recognize the vision that has been given to you. You have to realize that you are pregnant. You are birthing something. And for some of you, you can take it this way too. This is spirit birthing you into a new situation. And again, if this is Act 3 for you, for those who are in Act 1, 2, and 3, is once like, did we not just talk about the family business? You break into that family business, and not only can you show your family the skill set that you have, then you'll be able to show the world, because the family business blows up because of your leadership, because of your input, because of your visions that spirit gives you. Or once you clear up this energy and you get together with family spark an idea in you and you create your own business. Family is the whole reasoning you get that the blessings. Family was at the beginning. Family is always at the beginning. In the beginning of you, there was family. So thank you for tuning in tonight. I am going to check to see if there's any comments, any questions. To let you all know, okay, there's no questions or comments. But thank you for tuning in. This is the Healing Room Tarot. Thank you for coming in and getting what you need to heal those relationships, those families, that career, because Spirit's telling you right now there's some healing in those areas. And when you do those things, you get the blessings. You reap the blessings. You reap what you're sowing. A lot of times we don't think about equating healing with blessings, but that is a real thing. When you heal yourself, or when you allow to be healed, because we do have to let Spirit heal us, what we're saying is that I want to be healed. Comes new opportunities, new doors, new people, and we have to understand that. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow night at Cards and Conversations. Please follow me on tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to have very good in-depth conversations surrounding the cards and what is coming of it. So thank you for tuning in and have a good night.